Hi, I'm Joan Newcomb, and today I'm going to talk about you are psychic. Everybody's psychic. We are all psychic. Psychic comes from a Greek word which I can't pronounce, but it means spirit. And we are all spirit, and we are all inhabiting different human bodies. Your experience of being psychic is different for each person. Your experience of psychic may not be that you're clairvoyant. It might be that you get hunches or feelings about things. Your experience of being psychic may not be that you talk to dead people, but once in a while you get an intuitive hit about a friend and they send you an email. So we tend to disguise the word psychic with other things like hunches and intuition and vibes, and all of those things are being psychic. If you are naturally visual, you might be naturally clairvoyant. You might be able to see images or impressions and be able to interpret them. If you're naturally an emotional person, you might be naturally empathic, which is the sensitivity of picking up other people's feelings. If you're kind of a touchy-feely person, you might actually be a sort of kinesthetic, or kinesthetic. It's like the ability to pick up a melon in the store and know that it's right, but it's also holding someone's watch and being able to know their history. If you a very audio person, if you like to listen to music and all, you might be clairaudient. It's the ability to hear. Now, you can actually hear voices, but sometimes it's disguised in other things. I've noticed songs going through my head, and then when I slow it down and listen to the lyrics, it's you're being told something. So we all have spiritual abilities, and that makes us psychic. What you can do with them is it helps you operate in a bigger way in this world. There's always a bigger picture to what's going on. There's a broader awareness to what's going on, and you just know that from if you're going to a football game and you're sitting down there in the bleachers right on the sidelines. You see all the blood and guts and glory, and but if you're up at the skybox level, you have a bigger picture of what's going on, and as spirit you can have a sense of both yourself as even the player down on the field, and of the bigger picture what's going on. So you can use your sensory perceptions to have a bigger awareness, have more of a knowingness of navigating through life. So you don't. It's like the difference between going through life with a blindfold and earmuffs and your hands wrapped in tape. If you don't use or acknowledge your spiritual abilities, and having tape over your mouth too, and that's what it feels like when you're not acknowledging the essence of who you are. And when you validate the hunches that you have, it's like, instead of dismissing them, it's like, oh, I just thought of grandmother Elaine, and then she calls, and that was an impulse from spirit. That was your higher awareness working. When you validate things like that, your intuitive hunches, when you listen to the still small voice within, then your abilities get stronger. So validation makes your abilities stronger, and they're just wonderful navigational tools for navigating through life, for getting through life more swiftly, without effort, without the experience of drudgery and pain. Life can be painful, but you don't have to experience it that way. So having a bigger picture helps you live your life with more skill. So back on topic, you are spirit, you have a body, you are psychic, you have these abilities, you are greater than your physical experience. And it's a pretty simple thing to just start noticing one moment at a time how capable you are. And that will lead to greater capability. So that's all for now. I'm Joan at joannewcomb.com.